Hello and welcome back once again to Infinite Pow Jeff. Here I am, Technicolor. You. This is page number 360 of this book, this Infinite Jest book that we're going to read. And I'm going to do this. Before I read it. Perhaps we do this. All right. This is page number 360. Here we go. House bunk and ask for help from something he still didn't believe in. As for his own sick spider bit, will be taken from him and fumigated and squished. But, and plus, in Boston AA, there is, unfortunately, Dogma 2, it turns out. And some of it is both dated and smug. And there's an off-putting jargon in the fellowship, a psychobabbly dialect that's damn near impossible to follow at first, says Ken Irdedi, the college boy ad exec, semi-new at Ennet House, complaining to Gately at the White Flag meetings raffle break. Boston AA meetings are unusually long, an hour and a half instead of the national hour, but here they also have this formal break at about 45 minutes where everybody can grab a sandwich or Oreo and a sixth cup of coffee, stand around and chat and bond, where people can pull their sponsors aside and confide some trite insight or emotional snafu that the sponsor can swiftly, privately validate, but also placed in the larger imperative context of the primary need not to absorb a substance today, just today, no matter what happens. Well, everybody's bonding and interfacing in a bizarre system of catchphrases. There's also the raffle, another Boston idiosyncrasy. The newest of the White Flag newcomers trying to get active in group service wobble around with rattan baskets and packs of tickets, 1 for $1 and 3 for a fin. And the winner eventually gets announced from the podium, and everyone hisses and shouts, "Fix!" and laughs. And the winner wins a big book, or an As Bill Sees It, or a Came to Believe, which, if he's got some sober time in, and already owns all the AA literature from winning previous raffles, he'll stand up and publicly offer it to any newcomer who wants it, which means any newcomer with enough humble desperation to come up to him and ask for it, and risk being given a phone number to carry around in his wallet. At the White Flag raffle break, Gately usually stands around chain-smoking with the Ennet House residents, so that he's casually available to answer questions and emphasize with complaints. He usually waits till after the meeting to do his own complaining to Ferocious Francis, with whom Gately now shares the important duty of breaking down the hall, sweeping floors and emptying ashtrays and wiping down the long cafeteria tables, which FFG's function is limited because he's on oxygen, and his function consists mostly of standing there sucking oxygen and holding an unlit cigar while Gately breaks down the hall. Gately rather likes Ken Irdedi, who came into the house about a month ago from some cushy Belmont rehab. Irdedi's an upscale guy, what Gately's mother would have called a yuppie, an account executive at Viney and Veal's Advertising downtown, his intake form said. And though he's about Gately's age, he's softly good-looking, in that soft, mannequinish way Harvard and Tufts schoolboys have, and looks so smooth and groomed all the time, even in jeans and a plain cotton sweater, that Gately thinks of him as much younger, totally unsomething. But anyway, that was page number 360 of this book that I'm reading, Infinite Jest. Got my Major Melon, 0. Like that sugar-free dew. I know. I don't fucking want to hear your diet soda speech right now, so you can shove it. Because that's what I'm drinking. Because it makes me happy. Whew, that was a big one. But anyway, I got you on video here, so I thought maybe I would. I have a stack of records in the mail, and I thought we could open them because that's what I want to do right now. So I think that will be a fun thing for me to do and show them to you. Show a couple of the records I've been getting. So the first one is you'll notice it's a smaller mailer. It's full of 7 inches. It is from, I don't know if you can see, Sub Pop Records, but it is I belong to, this is the second year I've done it, and I've already paid for the third year. So they did in like 91, they did one like 2001. They've done, over the years, they've done these singles clubs where they press these 7-inch singles for various bands, some up and coming, some established, and they kind of get hard to find. They only make 1,000 of them, and previous like Nirvana was part of the first Sub Pop Singles Club back in like 91, 90, something like that. But Destroyer was part of it in like 2001, which is cool. So I did last year, 2 years ago, 2019. That was the volume 4. So I got all those. Volume 5 is 2020, and these are the last of them. So I always send the last few out in the beginning of the new year, and then volume 6 will start, I guess, next month or in 2 months. But and this actually has 3 singles in it because they kind of fucked up and sent one at the wrong time, or COVID, they couldn't get them pressed in time or something. I don't know. But so we've got Teak by Teak, I guess. What color is it, I wonder? A lot of these are like colorful pressings and they're kind of neat. This one is red. Classic. Opaque. I prefer the translucent colors, but it's alright. They didn't ask my opinion. Yeah, this year's included one by Eddie Vedder, which has goes for about $100 now online, and then Father John Misty. So that's cool. That's about a $60 single now. So next we've got Sumac, which I think this one, Sumac, was getting, it's already kind of expensive. I'm not sure who Sumac is. I haven't heard of, but we'll find out when I spin these. And that's on white, which, meh. White's never my favorite color vinyl. I don't like white. I don't like silver and gold. I think those fucking ugly. I don't like brown. I prefer translucent to opaque. I like when they do weird color combinations or weird like swirls and shit. Like that's neat. And the last one I have is from More Mother. And that is, who is it? I mean, what color? That is, Heather, you're gonna like this one. I don't know if you can see it all that well. It's like a nice kind of royal purple color. Neat. More Mother. Cool. So that rounds out the volume 5 of the Singles Club. And I look forward to seeing what's in volume 6. Yeah, I look forward to spinning these too. Cool. Up next we've got, so this is the Secretly Society, which is the Secretly group's Record of the Month Club. And Secretly group is 3 labels. It's Jaguar, it's Dead Oceans, and it's Secretly Canadian, which are 3, for instance, this is off of, secret Canadian mailer for the band Whitney. So I got a shit ton of these. So this is a label that puts out a lot of music that I have. Like Jaguar is the home of Spencer Krug, for instance. And yeah, so. But anyway, this is their record of the month, and I already know what it is. I already know what all these are. Now this one, I checked this band person out, and it was kind of jangly pop stuff, from what I remember. I don't know. I like the cover art of this a lot. I don't know if the music's going to impress me much, but this is from a band called Claude, fronted by a person, and I don't know how they identify, so, Claude. I'm assuming that this person also goes by Claude. But, a tattoo. Claude. The album's called Super Monster. I like this cover art. I really do. See my screen's reflected. Boop, 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 boop. Like this cover art. But this is a blue. I'm not going to open this one because I'm not sure if I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to listen to it offline or online before I spin it. So that's Claude. Secretly, their bands have a pretty good batting average. But sometimes it's like meh. Alright, up next we have Take a Swig of Dew. Major Melon. This is this one's from Turntable Lab, which is a company that does like limited pressings, special colorful pressings of records. They don't really have their own bands, I don't think. What they do is they'll license a specific album to press 500 copies, for instance, like this album. This is Kaput by Destroyer, which it was the 10th anniversary of a couple of days ago. Now, Destroyer's Dan Behar, who's also in Swan Lake with Spencer Krug and Carrie Mercy. He's also in New Pornographers. He was the guy who would write 3 different sounding songs that he would sing. So there would always be 3 songs on a New Pornographers album that it's like, okay, there's a different singer, different male singer, because they have other female singers too. And the songwriting's a little different. The style is different, a little more idiosyncratic. And that's Behar. And Behar's band is Destroyer. And Destroyer has been releasing albums since 96, but in 2011 put an album out called Kaput, which Kaput is kind of takes a more kind of sultry, smooth, jazzy, yacht rocky type aesthetic to it, as opposed to a more it's hard to describe. That's why I'm not a music critic, because I can't. But think of saxophones and cocaine. That gives you an idea of Kaput, and it was a big direction change. Like everyone, oh my god, this is so different, you know. Oh, and I remember the album getting a lot of write-ups back in 2011 when it came out, but I didn't check it out until I actually got into Destroyer more like 2016, and it was not. It's a good album. It's mid-tier Destroyer. Like, it's not the best album they put out, but that's what everyone says about it. Like, it's constantly like, oh, this is definitely the best Destroyer album. It's like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Not by a long shot. There's 5 or 6 better Destroyer albums, but it's good, you know? So this is the 10th anniversary. I already own it on regular black wax, but this is only 500 copies pressed, so I'm like, oh, this is probably going to, at the very least, get valuable. But, oh, cool. Comes with a notepad of paper and a sticker, looks like. But it's the Blue Eyes edition, because Blue Eyes is a song on Kaput. Edition of 500. So this is Kaput. And that's, there's Mr. Behar right there. You can see him on my back wall, right? That's also him. And there's more posters over here. Yeah, that's him. So this is Kaput. Good album. Not his best album, but constantly kind of talked about like it's his best album. So one of those situations where the consensus, I don't agree with it, and I kind of am like, I bristle at the consensus. I go, no, you haven't listened to Street Hawk of Seduction. That's the best Destroy album. But anyway, next we've got, knocking shit over. This is from Riley Walker, who's this like interesting singer-songwriter-y guy that I follow on Twitter, and I like his music. And this is an album he did with, is a live album of a couple of songs that he did with a Japanese psych band called Kikagaku Moyo, and of which I have, they were part of the Sub Pop Singles Club last year, and one of their single got kind of valuable. But their stuff can be kind of hard to find. But this is an album that this is just a live set that they did. I think improvised a lot of it. And like, at some festival they played together. And then he released it on his own record label, Husky Pants. And he was like, nobody wanted to put it out, and then it became the #1 selling album on Bandcamp when they did Bandcamp Fridays a couple weeks ago. So I made sure to snag a copy, though, because his shit can get valuable and expensive. This is Deep Fried Grandeur. This is Black Vinyl. Deep Fried Grandeur. Riley Walker and Kikagaku Moyo. It's just improvised psych rock. So it's pretty cool. So neat. Kikagaku Moyo and Riley Walker. Okay, and then the final package, I think, that we have for today is from Vinyl Me Please, the record club that I've belonged to for quite some time now, about 4 years. I started in the beginning of 2017, so over 4 years now. They've put out some great records of the month, like Gorillaz' Demon Days, Soft Bulletin by the Flaming Lips, Panda Bear's Person Pitch. They've done some stuff I don't care about, like John Mayer, Queen, some stuff I don't appreciate, like, Mavis Staples or somebody, I don't know. But this is an album that, it's not one where I was like, I thought I needed it, but once they announced it, I was like, you know what? I'm excited to own that. So, this is the Vinyl Me Please monthly. We've got, The Strokes, Room on Fire, featuring Reptilia, which is a really cool song. So that's neat, and it's on like 4-color vinyl or something. I don't know. But I'm not a super big fan of the First Strokes album, which everybody else seems to be, but I'm not. So I prefer this, which is their second album. And then they also do these add-on things where basically they'll have a hip hop album of the month, and you can pack string it the hip hop album as well, or the classics album. Or now they do country. I don't care about country. I don't care about classics. But what I do care about is the hip hop add-on, and I keep it going, even though I'm not always super excited about what they're like what they picked. But the problem is that if you don't keep it going, suddenly it's an add-on to your subscription. So you have to tell them, I want to add the hip-hop add-on this month. And if you've added it this month, it'll automatically be on next month unless you tell it not to. So if you tell them, well, I don't really want this, which, oh man, they did No Name early on. And now that one's like a $300 record. I wish I would have got it. A, because it's good, and B, because she kind of has dropped out and become a big communism activist, which I can, but anyway. So, maybe I don't want Da Brat, Functified. So I will click off of Da Brat. I'll say, I don't want the hip-hop ad in this month. Then next month, it's Outkast, Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music. I want that. As soon as I found out about it, I'm like, I got to add that hip-hop ad. Oh, it's sold out. And that's the problem that I ran into, is if I don't just automate, because you can swap them. So like if I really didn't want this hip hop add-on or even the record of the month, I can swap it out for something else. But you don't want to cancel it, because then when you want to add another one on that proves to be more popular, you'll run into a situation where you can't because it's sold out. Like I did 2 months in a row with Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music by Outkast, and then T-Cal by Method Man, both of which I would have liked to own. But eventually I got back on the hip-hop, and now I just let them ride. And they pick good stuff with, like, deep, culty fan bases, so they rarely, like from an investment standpoint, like they rarely get to a point where if I buy it, I can only sell it for less than what I paid for. So it's like, I'll just take it, and if I really don't want it, I'll sell it. But chances are it's going to be something that's decent, at least. And this month is Quasimodo, Further Adventures of Lord Quaz. Now, Quasimodo is the rap alias of Madlib, who's a famous producer. And, he raps. He pitch shifts his voice up so it sounds like a, chipmunk rapping, kind of. But I have even if I don't care for this, and it won't be something that I wouldn't like. If anything, it'd be something just kind of ho-hum. Sometimes that, there's shit that, like, oh man, Mos Def. Mos Def is talented as a hip-hop artist, but, a lot of his stuff is just kind of, so. But at the very least, I could sell it for at least what I paid for it. That's all I'm asking for. So, and then a little sticker. Cool. Yeah, so that was, been droning on here for a long time. But, nice. That was a few of the records I've gotten lately in the mail. So, I'm gonna eat dinner, and then I'm gonna take a shower, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll probably edit these things. So, have a good night.